My name is Moon Petrie and I have a shiny new idea. So I am querying Glow, a middle grade contemporary, and waiting. So I am between stages with Glow, with other projects. I have one that I just finished in November, December. So that is still in the too fresh to touch pile. I have one that's been revised a lot and is in pretty good shape, but I am hoping to get a little more beta feedback on it. I have one that is my problem child I'm a little intimidated by, but I'm hoping to work on that in the summer. And I have one that is shelved, and the one that I'm querying. And so I needed something to work on, and I was planning on working on something new in April for camp. Now, I use that star sticker method. I like calendars and tracking in ways that are really, you know, rigid. And I realized I have not started drafting a project on any date other than the first of a month in years. And it's so arbitrary. Why do I do that? Am I really that kind of person? Do I need to see a proctologist about this stick? So I'm trying to go with it. I've had this idea. I don't know exactly when I'll start drafting, but I'm thinking soon. I am a pantser and I am not going to outline. I mean, I'm gonna have some ideas and some bullet points and some brainstorming for sure, but I'm not gonna have anything like the outline that outliners I know would make. So, so here we are. I am starting with a concept, and I wrote kind of a query-ish blurb. It's too long for a query, but just feeling out the idea and how enticing it was. It's another middle grade contemporary. Should Glow possibly ever go anywhere, it would be a nice follow-up if I, needed option material. And I'm not being sneaky or secretive here. I have seen other people where later that they said they were doing this for, wishful thinking and in hopes that, and then it turns out that they were actually agented by then and just couldn't share that information. I'm not. I am still in the trenches completely, and so this is me being totally upfront. And in the spirit of being totally upfront, I wanted to share the idea that I have had, and there's a piece of it I'm not clear on, and it's kind of the critical piece. But we'll see. Okay, so I have named my characters and I have kind of a setup, and I will read to you what I have. 12-year-old Harper, and she might be 13. I feel like 13 might work better. Could never quite let her guard down with Sophia as her friend. Sophia made it clear that although she's Harper's best friend, Harper is not her best friend. She's not one of the top tier girls at the school, but she's definitely the ringleader of their subgroup, and Harper tries to be a good friend. Even though Sophia badmouths the other girls to Harper, Harper has kept absolutely silent about Sophia's one big secret. Her older sister is in treatment for opioid addiction or hospitalized for mental illness. And I'm not even sure that it's totally a secret, but at least it's a thing that people tiptoe around with Sophia. Then Sophia finds Harper's list of cute celebrities. She starts to read it aloud at the lunch table, and not all of the celebrities are guys. Sophia says Harper wants to play for both teams and that even with double the dating opportunities, nobody will want Harper because she's so desperate, like a plump little puppy. And Sophia's secret comes tumbling out of Harper's mouth. And now Harper is going to have to say this in the worst possible way, like regret as it is coming out her lips. So something really vile, at least I don't have, at least my sister's not a junkie. At least nobody in my family is locked up in the loony bin. I mean, really regrettable language that Harper is going to use here. However, I decide it will go. And just like that, Harper's social life is over. Even the teachers look at her like she's an apple that they've suddenly realized has worms, and Harper is alone thinking about what Sophia said. She'd never considered what it meant that she had female celebrities on her list. Does she like girls? Doubly an outcast for being presumed queer and for the terrible thing she said, Harper expects taunts or threats when she finds something folded in her locker, but it is a zine. For those of you like me who are from the past. Not only that, the photocopied art and poetry and social commentary is unmistakably queer. Harper has no idea who made it. Even if she did, she's sure they wouldn't want to be friends publicly with someone who made it so the girl who peed her pants in 4th grade and talks constantly about her pet ferrets is no longer the least popular girl in school. So that is the gist. That is what I have at the moment. I kind of wish there was something more grabby, high concept. But that's where I'm at with it. So obviously what she wants is to be forgiven, for Sophia to be her friend, to be popular again. What she needs is to figure out how to forgive herself and to figure out what a good friend actually looks like, and that Sophia is not that. I'm thinking some of it might be told in zine installments or notes back and forth, because I think the creator of the zine is going to end up having a little bit of communication back and forth with Harper, and so part of it is mystery. Who is this, secret new pen pal? Hoping that it's a girl she's maybe starting to realize she has a crush on. Of course, I don't think it'll be that girl. And then trying to work in some more political elements. She's going to have really pretty supportive parents. And, I feel like there's a lot of talk about so-called cancel culture lately. And so she's going to come across this term and feel like she's being canceled, right? And so if she brings it up with her parents, though, her parents have this idea of her as this like super sweet girl, because she mostly is, which is why she got compared to a puppy. And so they'll explain that calling it cancel culture and saying that there's something wrong with it might mean feeling like people shouldn't be held responsible for their choices, and that of course they assume Harper thinks people should be held accountable for their choices because they think Harper makes good choices. They haven't realized this yet. And so I also kind of wanted to include book banning. I feel like now I have a smorgasbord. But banning of books has been horrifically on the increase in the United States. And I kind of was hoping to say something about that, and so taking a stand about that, or whatever, some conflict between, maybe she's realizing that she might be bi, as she's maybe trying to do some more research into Sophia's sister's situation, as she knows that she's been horrible about it, and that she has remorse and wants to understand better and be more sympathetic about it. Finding that books have been removed from the school library that relate to whether it's drug addiction or mental illness, suicide, and LGBTQ plus topics. And, you know, she's probably decided that she really wants to keep her head down and just try to be invisible until high school, when her school will sort of dump out into a bigger union high school that, you know, where she'll be able to find a new social home. So she just wants to keep her head down. She wants her parents to pull her out of school. She wants to be homeschooled or sent to any other school. She just wants to be invisible for now, because that's the best that she can do. But then something happens that she feels like she should take a stand about. And so conflict between not wanting to be noticed and feeling like she should stand up or speak out. So there's that. And I did have this one idea for another little scene. Again, Harper's parents, assuming that she's just trying so hard to be good. And so she says she doesn't want a birthday party because she doesn't want to inconvenience them. Something else is going on that weekend or whatever. And she tries to make her refusal to have a birthday party about them, about that, about not wanting to be a bother. So they try to throw her a surprise birthday party, which of course no one attends, which is excruciating, but will make it so she has to talk to her parents about what has happened. And other than that, I have you know, potential for some twists later on, and I have no idea how it all comes together or how it would end. I do have a name list that I have started. I do an alphabetical list, so that I don't end up with too many characters with the same letter to start their name. And then I look through and try not to rhyme either. I look through names for, I think 2012 is what I was looking at for kids' names, in the Social Security Administration baby names website, and pulling names from that, and also thinking for the adult generation of names, you know, that were popular when I was a kid. So that is what I have, and I have been going through my Pantstober playlist and some brainstorming I have done in the past on those subjects. And I will link to the Pantstober playlist down below. It, you know, is a brainstorming resource. And so it's for people who don't want to outline, but do want to have some idea of what to include, or, you know, a bunch of background, or possibilities. And so I'm looking through that at the various things that I might want to include, thinking about tropes, thinking about character dynamics, thinking about stuff that I love or stuff that I know really well. It would make good backdrop, good, you know, believable, whether that's parents' careers or, you know, after school jobs or things that I have some experience with. And here's the confessional. When I was 12, nobody said anything about my list. I had no idea. I did not realize that keeping a list of cute celebrities that was gender inclusive was any sort of indication of anything about myself. That did not occur to me for a couple more years. I mean, actually, like, the list, and that I should have noticed then, didn't occur to me for many more years. but yeah, I wasn't realizing my orientation when I was 12. But yeah, so that aspect is a little tidbit pulled from life. So I will continue to share a bunch about this as I move forward with it and vlog the drafting and, you know, share some details, because I really enjoyed doing that with Glow. I was fairly transparent about glow as I was working on it, and I would like to be fairly transparent about this. I've loved other people, hi Marcus and Matilda, sharing so much about some of their projects and seeing the process more or less in its entirety rather than glossed over, as so many of us do when we are being protective of our book baby ideas. And so I'm trying to put it all out there, or at least almost all. I might not share big twists or whatever. And I can't share the ending because I have no idea. Until next time, I am Moon Petrie. Wish me luck as I move forward on this, not starting on the 1st. And not having any idea what to call it. I think I'm calling it Zine for now if I have to title a document. Yeah, 4 letters like glow. That'll work, right?